All right. Let's go ahead and begin today's stream. First off, we're going to be taking a look at Jaylin Hyatt. Jaylin Hyatt is right now projected to be somewhere in the first to the second round. He profiles as just a burner in the, I guess, Deshaun Jackson kind of mold. I'm curious about receivers like him because he gets a reputation as just a straight burner. Like, he's going to run sub 4.3, similar to Tyquan Thornton last year, or maybe even like a smaller version of a Jamison Williams. He catches a lot of flack because the offense that he played for last year was such an absolute banger, because Hendon Hooker just flicked the ball 55 yards for funsies. What I'm going to be looking to see a little bit in his route running. I'm not a route running technician in terms of a scout. Like, you can tell separation when it's there. I'm more curious to see like what his effort looks on tape, how he looks going after balls that are in the air, in contested catch situations. He's not the biggest receiver, but at 6 foot, you're expecting to see a little bit. The other thing that I'm looking for, and I'm a huge stickler on this, the other thing I'm looking for out of him is to see somebody who's capable of blocking. I'm a huge proponent of wide receiver blocking, particularly for receivers that aren't guaranteed first round picks. You can sort of live with like your first round receiver being, a bit of a diva. It's not Jake Bobo time. It is Jake Bobo time coming up. I wanted to break up the high-end talent with like a later round kind of player, simply because going like super talented receiver into super talented receiver into late round kind of guy, I want to be able to see the contrast between them. But I am looking forward to Jake Bobo for sure. But we're going to start off with Jaylin Hyatt. With that, let's go ahead and see what he looks like in full game tape in all 22. Alright. Just a bit of a clear out route. Looks like they had him in bracket coverage, so we're going to go ahead and skip through this one. Playing out of the slot. Okay. God, Hendon Hooker's good. I'm not going to watch this anymore. I'll do Hendon Hooker later on. Again in the slot. Nothing. Slot. Didn't get the ball. Didn't block. Not loving that, but he's a skinny dude. Let's see if there's any effort at all. Yeah, that's a business decision right there. Nothing. In motion. I mean, the dude's fast. It's a little bit underthrown for him, but looks like he's in motion on this wheel route. He only had the one thing that I don't necessarily love about him. In terms of receivers, one of the things I love in a receiver is volume. Is a receiver that catches a crap load of balls. I look at like the number one receivers in the NFL right now, and most of them are not burners. Most of them are possession guys. Most of them are your Devontae Adams, your Hopkins, Nuke Hopkins. That's why I was such a huge fan of Drake London last year. They're guys that can hoover up 150, 170 targets in a year, pushing close to 200 targets a year. Julio Jones was like this as well. They're just bigger, stronger guys. So, like, a Jaylin Hyatt isn't necessarily going to stand out to me unless something really, really pops up. I haven't seen much in terms of his route running so far, but let's go ahead and continue. It's been a lot of, like, it's been a lot of wheel routes, a lot of clear outs. He didn't catch a ton of balls last year. It was only about 67, I think. But when he caught them, they looked like this. I mean, let's go ahead and watch the whole setup. So here he is playing in the slot. Looks like they've been setting this up the whole time. Just runs a sluggo. Just a slant go. Just seam route, I guess. I don't know. It's part of the problem with college football. When they're that fast, it's just kind of cheating. Take a look at this. He's here at the bottom. At the bottom of the stack. They're stacking two receivers on top of each other. These two are on splits. Oof. I mean, there's no route running in here. There's no, like, subtlety. There's no changing of speeds. He just happens to be really fast. The slot again. This is interesting. Yeah, I know. Just tight formation. Nothing amazing. He's just bottom of the triangle. I say triangle because you've got this tight end right here at the end of the line, and then you've got the receiver stacked over the top of him. Just get him out in space and let him run past people. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh boy, is he fast. I did not pick out this tape because I thought I'd highlight him, but man, he just... Let's watch this again. Just this is it. That's all. That's a weapon. Whatever, man. That's just cheating. It's free offense. Yeah, absolutely no separation on that. You have to wonder if he knew that he wasn't getting the ball, or this is just sort of the depth of his route running. There's no deception on this. He's playing against Alabama here, I think. Yeah, he's playing against Alabama here. Nick Saban trains cornerbacks, trains defensive backs in general about as well as anybody in college football, and they're just not deceived. Like, I don't know if he wasn't putting in a ton of effort, if there just wasn't much to it, but, like, there's no deception in his game. Yeah. Is he in this play? I don't think he is. Okay, so he's in motion here. On a wheel route. Hooker just takes off. Again, we're in this same sort of he's stacked behind another receiver. It seems like they just don't want him to be in press coverage against Alabama. Let's see how this continues, not just in this game, but going forward. They don't seem particularly interested in him playing in press. Now he's at the top of the stack, so maybe I'm just completely full of nonsense. Because right now he's the top of the press. Just to clear out. Bottom of the stack. Slot. No, he hasn't really done anything. We saw him in press one time, not too much. This is the first time, I mean, we are maybe halfway through this game already. This is the first time I've even seen him, like, sort of run block. So we can watch this one together. Just happening. I hate it. Not gonna lie, I hate it. Acorn, you know that I was the biggest fan of the world of Tyquan Thornton last year, and the reason I was the biggest fan of Tyquan Thornton was his run blocking. Like, Jaylin just let his man get it. Like, that ain't great. Let's go back to this. Another run blocking opportunity. Jaylin Hyatt. I don't know why he's this tight to the formation. But that ain't great. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. He can't block. I mean, let me take that back. He's 180 pounds, and it's not common for guys that size to, like, be good blockers. But, like, blocking's where you see effort. Blocking's where you see, like, I don't know, maybe efforts for 4th round picks. I don't know. But, like, even his route running is really kind of, like, it's very rudimentary. There's very little deception in it. Let's go back to this real quick. Yeah, he's up here at the top, and, like, comes in this little scissors route. He just runs. He's just running. Like, last year, Garrett Wilson was considered to be, like, the best route runner. And I don't think that Garrett Wilson was, like, the world's greatest route runner, but he ran with a lot of, like, deception. And by deception, I mean, like, you didn't know you didn't know the direction he was going to go in. So, like, while he, in my opinion, wasn't, like, a technically amazing route runner, he's a good one, Garrett Wilson was awkward as all hell. Like, he would run and his arms would be, like, in every other direction. His legs would flail out. He would look like a Gumby doll or Stretch Armstrong. But, like, it confused cornerbacks. They didn't know what to do. And, you know, I don't know if that's what he worked on. He mentioned that his favorite receiver growing up was Stevie Johnson, who played for the Bills and was that sort of awkward arms and legs flying at you. It's the only receiver that ever gave Darrelle Revis problems because he was just so weird and awkward. But, like, there's nothing out of Jaylin Hyatt. Like, he just runs fast. It's not to say that he's going to be a bust. It's not to say that he's not a great pick. Because, like, he can just do that. That's not even Hyatt there. That's the other receiver, 80. Okay. Oof. I don't know if that's a good throw. What do you think? Is this a good throw? Like, it seems like he could get it picked off, but then he doesn't, and it's right over the top of the linebacker. I don't know, man. I'm really torn on Hendon Hooker because everybody tells me he's not good. And, like, I believe them. But, like, sometimes I don't. Right here, this release, like... Yeah, no, it is kind of low-key bad. If we take a second to look at this real quick. Oh, bad throw? Yeah, I don't know if it's low-key. I feel like it might be high-key. I think that's actually a problem throw, but... Yeah, it's true. Look at Hyatt's release on this one, though. Like, I keep coming back to this because this is sort of a press coverage... Like, it's a one-on-one situation, and he just runs. Like, he just runs. That's it. Like, am I crazy thinking that's, like, just below average? I mean, it's a clean release, but, like... Alright, this is the beginning of the second half. Yeah, I kind of wonder about that too. Like, I mean, he's going to get his fair share of clean releases and stuff, but, like, he doesn't try very hard. Alright, that's one that you would want back if you're Hendon Hooker. Oh. Alright, this is blocking. And it's just... As soon as the cornerback wants to disengage, he just lets him go. Alright, it's just a decoy. Slot. And he just runs past him. Like, I don't know what his stats are from this game. I'll look him up after this. But it feels like right now he's at like 3 receptions for like 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. And like, you look at that in the stat line and you're like, oh my god. But he just kind of ran past people 3 times. Well, twice, and then once he had that like tight end screen, jet motion, out of the backfield, whatever. Yeah, he does. But, like, if you watch this throw, I mean, if you watch the run, or the setup, there's no setup to it. He just runs really fast. Shout out to Hendon Hooker right here. Where does he let this ball go? Alright, so Hendon Hooker right here is at the 34? Yeah. Hendon Hooker right here is at the 34-yard line. This ball lands at the 10. So what is that? 55 yards. Yeah. I mean, I can see Quez. I mean, for stuff like that, though, you almost have to ask the question, like, could any fast receiver do that? Is he, like... Oh, jeez, what did Hendon do? Oh. This is 4th touchdown this game. Look at this. All he does, just splits the safeties and walks past them. It's 4 touchdowns this game from him. 4 touchdowns. I don't think he's run a route yet. Just runs past people. I low-key love this play. I love this play. I love the shovel pass. So when I was in Tokyo, shout out to the shout out to the picture behind me. When I lived in Tokyo, I played on a flag football team. I was a center. I used to love this center shovel pass. Used to love it. Absolutely adored it. I'd get 10 or 15 yards every single time. Like nobody ever expects just like a inside shovel. You've missed a bit of, I mean, you missed 4 touchdowns in one game by Jaylin Hyatt. But that's about it. Just the 4. Yeah. He's really fast. What's the score right now? 39-39. Yeah, I remember this game was an absolute shootout. Is he good? He's fast. Yeah, 4 touchdowns with basically no routes run. It's just been go balls. 3 of them were go balls, and one of them was a jet motion sort of like screen out of the backfield thing. Oh, Hendon. So far, his route tree is either a slant over the middle out of the slot, this sort of almost like scissor route, wheel route, also out of the slot, or just a strict go ball. Or the orbit motion, jet motion sort of out of the backfield thing that I saw. They've only done that a couple times with him, though. And they only gave it to him once. So I guess that's 3 routes, but, like, really it's just variations on go fast. I think last year's wide receiver class was a lot better. A lot better. I think the last one was a lot better. I think Jaylin, Hyatt, if I had to rank them, just from what I'm seeing right now, Jaylin, Hyatt would probably be behind all five. No, probably for me would be behind at least 4 of the 5 receivers that went in the first round last year. We haven't watched Quentin. We haven't watched Quentin Johnson yet, but so we haven't been able to tell. I haven't watched much Jackson Smith and Jiba. He's projected to go at the top of this class as well. Jordan Addison, I've watched a little bit. We'll watch him probably next week. Josh Downs, I've seen a bit. Man, this game was a shootout. Yeah, this is kind of the issue that we were running into just a second ago when we were talking about the fact that he doesn't run routes. Look at, he gets literally 0 separation. Like, there's no subtlety in his motions at all. Like, here he is, he's manned up, this is a press coverage, he's not being, like, physically pressed, but they're really tight to him, and he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. There's no variation in speed. Oh, God. I thought Tennessee won this game. Oh, God. That is like the worst case scenario. Yeah, there's no subtlety, no variation in speed. It's just, I'm faster than you. Like right here, the only reason this works is that the safety just jumps all the way down here. Hyatt's wide open because he's up against... The slot corner is just playing way too far off. I don't know why he's playing that far off. It's not that much to defend. I'll say this. Hyatt has not dropped a pass yet. But, like, he's got 5 touchdowns on 5 throws. Yeah, I think second round is probably about right, but like in this class, I could see him sneaking up to the first. But, I mean, just look at that. Just look at that. Like, all this cornerback is doing is sitting on inside leverage, right? So, how would you, as a receiver, try to get to your spot, but, like, prevent the cornerback from cutting it off? Cornerback just sits here on inside leverage. Like, he doesn't even make it a little bit difficult. He doesn't even make it a little bit difficult. Alright, so, final report from the first game. To be honest with you, very little route running. Just slants, just his ability to get faster than everybody else, a couple wheel routes, some stuff out of the backfield. Almost gadget player-like. You're right, he might be a top 10 pick in terms of Madden for speed, but like there might be a couple of really fast guys in this draft class too. Right now, I would like to see a little bit more finesse in his route running. I'm seeing none of it right now. I'd love to be able to see him put a little effort into run blocking, because that's also something I've seen absolutely none of so far. Let's see. Here he is on the outside. Okay. Just another decoy. Acorn. Acorn Speedstar. God, he is so quick, though. Okay, there's a little bit of effort on that block. It's not like power, but at least he tried. This is something that I find weird. Tennessee has used him now. This is the second play or third play that I've seen him just on the line. Like, they show them a personnel grouping that maybe flashes a lot of speed on the outside, and then just give them, like, this bunch. But, like, every time, I yeah. I missed it. Yeah. This is the third time that I've now seen him do it, and every single time his man makes the play. Like, every single time he's tied to the line and he has to block somebody, his man makes the play. Like, are you serious? Are you serious, man? This is his block. Here's your boy, right here, second round pick, whatever, Jaylin Hyatt, speedster, Mr. Diva. This is his block. That pisses me off. That's his effort. At least you know the New York Jets are not taking him this year. ACFL. That was a nice run after the catch. Top of the triangle. Oh, Hooker was expecting him to continue this rep. He just turns around on it. I think he had a touchdown there. And then he just does this. I wasn't kidding. Like, he just runs fast. And it works for him. There's no subtlety to this route. He's got a quarterback that can hit a 55-yard out or a 55-yard route to the left. And then he just runs fast. 4 yards deep in the end zone. He was at the 50 when he let go of it. Like he could just do that, which is good. He's gonna get drafted. In this draft class, I would not be shocked if he gets taken, like, IRL, if he gets taken in real life in the first round. Just based on his speed. And his production. The dude averaged almost 20 yards per reception last year. 67 receptions for almost 1,300 yards. Same thing. Remember I just mentioned a minute ago, they have him doing this inline blocking crap and he always lets his man go? Let's watch him again. I like to get my blood pressure up. I love to get my blood pressure up. Here he is, same dude, head up on number 3. I don't know if he's a safety or a cornerback. Here, just have at it. Here, just have at it. I'm gonna give you a little shove. I'm gonna give you a Mario Kart turbo boost patch. Get you there a little bit faster. He's fast. He's going to get drafted high. I wouldn't touch him. I can find fast. Poor Hendon Hooker. Next play. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Yeah, just nobody picks him up. Poor Hendon Hooker. Was that him again? Yeah, that was him again. This play gets blown up because of him. This is his block. This is his block right here. Good on you, Hendon Hooker. He gets that play called for him. You skip that ball because of how many blocks he missed. He needs to know. You tell him why. You get no yak. Bet he's shorter on this one too. Terrible throw. Subtlety to his routes. Just run past people. I mean, this is an excellent pass interference right here. Look at that tug. Look at that shirt tug. Oh, Bradbury'd be proud of that. This is probably right in the middle of the route, too. We can watch it. Look at this tug. Look at this tug. He's very low effort. He's very low effort. He just get hit by the turf monster? Yeah, he did. Daniel Jones would be proud. I'm gonna watch this on a blooper reel. Alright, anyway, back to Jaylin Hyatt not caring. Okay, so here he is in this orbit motion, this jet motion, whatever. Nothing. Alright, bottom man on the stack, playing decoy. I'm proud of nobody else blocking for him either. I wonder... I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a business decision to me. Can he go get this? And he just... Yeah, I don't know, it's a bit high. You gotta come down with that, kiddo. You gotta come down with that. Nothing. It's a touchdown. But, like, that's the lowest quality of touchdown that I think you can have as a receiver. You watch this from up here. Cornerback knows he's in trouble, falls down, ball's right there. Like, on the stat sheet, that's a touchdown. But, like, how do you evaluate that? So far, I've honestly been more impressed with this receiver. I'm going to go back and check out who he is later. Number 15. Oh, Hendon. I'm way more impressed with 15. He's not nearly as fast, but the dude is just hustling. I'm going to take a second and look up who this dude is. Okay, these numbers don't make sense. That is 15, right? Yeah. 16 maybe? That doesn't make sense. Right? Like, what's the deal? Let's see what CBS says. Keep saying Matt O'Dowd, the backup quarterback. Tight end? I got no idea, man. Alright, what game was this? This was LSU. Can you see the box score? Yeah. Yeah, number 15, wide receiver, McCoy. Whatever. Huh. Alright, anyway, back to the game. Decoy. By the way, pay attention to this. This is a bit of a tell with him. I've noticed this over and over again. Dude never chops his feet when he's going for a route. But every single time he's a decoy, run in place. Every single time. I haven't, like... Yeah, no, I've seen Bobo undrafted too. I think it's a little bit... I do think he's going to get drafted. Gadget motion play. All right. Do you guys want to stick on Jaylin Hyatt? Do you want to move on to Jake Bobo? I think I've seen all I need to see out of Hyatt, but like, what do you guys feel? I'm personally, I feel like I'm done with him. I can't. If I have to watch him block one more time in line, I'm gonna lose my nuts. I'm not gonna have it. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's check out this UDFA. I really wanted to build in this, Alright, Jake Bobo against Stanford. Let's go ahead and change the name real quick. I mean, I think that's not totally true. Yesterday, I really came away liking BJ Ojulari, and I'm going to be honest, I watched like 2 game tapes of him besides that, and I didn't like him. Some players are a little bit more subtle. Sometimes you have to see things in them that you like a little bit later on. I will agree, Jaylin Hyatt's lack of effort was heartbreaking, but like, we came away with a bit. I mean, positives on Jaylin Hyatt. Dude's fast. You can't teach that fast. His ball tracking was fantastic. His ability to run in open space was amazing. Would I use a first-round pick on him? Probably not. Would I use a second-round pick on him? Depends, but probably not. Would I use a third-round pick on him? Probably. Does that mean he's a third-round grade? I don't know. But, like, what he does well is, like, he's a nuclear bomb. The dude is a one-shot weapon. It's worth something. I mean, this is an NFL where points are hard to score, and, like, having a dude that just runs past other people, that's worth something. Anthony Schwartz was a third-round pick, and all he can do is run past people, and he can't even catch the ball. So, like, it's worth something. Anyway, Jake Bobo, UDFA extraordinaire. Big slot. First off, Jake Bobo's measurements. Dude's like 6'5". I don't know what he came out at the Senior Bowl or the Shrine Bowl, whatever he was at, but he's like 6'4", 6'5". Big possession guy. Strangely enough, still had 14.8 yards per reception last year. And DTR, he can't throw the ball. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. But, like, compare him, for example, to, like, Christian Watson last year. Christian Watson was drafted at the top end of the second round. Christian Watson dropped his very first pass for a touchdown. It took him until week 15 before he could do anything. But, like, he's a nuclear bomb. Alright, Zach Charbonnet, by the way. A lot of people love this dude. I'm just going to watch this for a second. Dude's good. Alright, Jake Bobo. Alright, there's not much on this route, but I do want to pay attention to the fact that, like, he's keeping up the kayfabe. I don't know if you know the term from wrestling, kayfabe. It's like when you're like really playing the character that you're like playing on TV, but in real life. It's like to really try to sell the person that you are. He's doing a good job keeping the kayfabe on this run. Like, this cornerback's got his back turned, and he still thinks he's hand fighting. Like, that's a subtle thing, but like, It's something. By the way, DTR is terrible. Let's take a look at this ref for a second. So here he is playing big slot, 6'5", closest to the receiver, basically like an offline tight end. Sits in the zone, catches the ball. I don't know what that's worth to you. Man, DTR is not going down here. All right, H-back. I like him in H-back right now. Again, dude, 6'5", 210. Wow. All right, so DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I think his name is the quarterback for UCLA. He's supposed to be sort of like bootleg Anthony Richardson, in so much as like he's a really raw passer, but like dude runs a 4.4. He looks good with the ball. What was this? Charbonnet. I mean, that's just good run blocking. Or that's just good running backing. Just reads his blocks. My boy right here, Antonio Mafi. Big fan. I mean, he's basically just like an extension of like a tight end. All right, look at this release. Check out this release. I find this to be particularly interesting. Look at his footwork. I mean, he is 6'5". He is an undrafted free agent. I think he's going to the 5th or the 6th. But like, he's an undrafted free agent. But look at the subtlety, right? He makes the cornerback think he's going outside. Footwork, breaks back inside, gets enough separation that he's there for this shot. Now, the ball's overthrown, doesn't have any arc on it, perfectly fine. If that's CJ Stroud, that's hit for a 50-yard gain, whatever. But he got some separation on a smaller cornerback. For a dude that's not that fast, there's some subtlety there. There's a little bit of deception there. Some effort. Again, nice little false step there. Again, sets him up outside, splits between the two, goes for the middle of the zone. DTR takes off, fine, whatever. I like it. Little bit of discipline, breaks off his route, goes out. DTR takes off, fine. He does that. Keeps running the route. Sells it. DTR does what he does. Missed his receiver. Ooh. He tried. I would have liked a little bit more accuracy on this block, but something. Man, for a dude that's going to be a UDFA, I really want to see better blocking. Dude. Kill him. Kill him. Hit him. You have a clean shot. Kill him. Big slot. You know who he reminds me of? I don't know if you guys remember this guy. Named Joe Jaravicious. He was like a 6'5" slot receiver. Wasn't a tight end. He was skinnier. He was a slot only type guy. But like he made it in the league, like 6, 7, 800 yards a year. Joe Jaravicious. Facts. Who does not remember Joe Jaravicious? Man, Charbonnet got away with that one. Beautiful. Made two guys miss. Stiff arms the third. Cornerback takes the ball from him. 4 Stanford players miss. Coach is not going to be happy about that one. Just take a second here. Has the strong hands any NFL wide receiver, coach, and quarterback would covet. Yo, Charbonnet's real. Charbonnet's real. Charbonnet is real. Alright, I'm going to go watch one more game. We're going to watch one more game on Bobo. Hopefully he just dropped a couple passes. It was a bad night. Broke up with his girlfriend. I don't know. Inline blocking. This is interesting. They're using him differently. Oh. This is a great chance for him to just catch the ball. I don't know where that throw is. Let me look at that again. Maybe it's not his fault. No, it's his fault. Charbonnet is real. I mean, it was good concentration, but, like, he should have caught it first time. Like, watch him wait for the... Like, a good receiver catches this with his hands. He waits for it to get to his body. It bounces off. He double catches it, which is fine, but, like, it's not what you want to see. Good run. What was this? Ooh. Let's watch this from the beginning. Tight end comes from all the way over here. I love it. I like that play design. DTR coming out the block. Bro. Am I crazy, or is he alligator arming this throw, or this catch? I gotta see it from the other angle. All right, playing as an inline tight end. At the very least, he sees the cornerback sitting and he adjusts his route to get out of the cornerback zone slightly, to give the quarterback a spot to throw the ball to. Quarterback doesn't go that way, but at least it shows some awareness. All right, I'm gonna call it quits on Jake Bobo. I had no idea that the Stanford tape would be the good tape, cause like this is just depressing. Give me a couple of minutes. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'm gonna refill my coffee, and then we will go ahead and get started on Quentin Johnson. I wouldn't draft Bobo. I would not draft Bobo at all. Um, I think he's going to make it in the NFL. I think he's going to be on a team. I don't know what his role is going to be. I don't think he has strong hands. I don't think he does. He blocks well. He's not very athletic, though he's not incredibly unathletic. Um, he reminds me of a guy drafted a few years ago named Chad Hansen. He was drafted in the fourth round by the I don't know, it was the Jets, I think, 8 years ago or whatever, back under Idzik maybe. And like he's like the typical. His scouting reports always going to read like he's the typical white guy with great hands that's just not athletic enough. And the truth is, he doesn't have great hands. He's not crazy unathletic. There's some subtlety in his routes, but he's a body catcher. And unless he's going to have carved out a route for himself in the NFL as like, he's too small to be a tight end, and he's too big to be fast. So yeah, I don't think I would draft him. I mean, you could take a shot on him sometime in the 6th or 7th round. Who cares at that point? But like, I'm not seeing anything that's gonna like stand out. I don't see any overwhelming traits. Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's just like there's like a typical way that they write up like white receivers. They're all hustle players. They did. They looked horrible. You know, they're gritty, they're savvy, they're whatever, whatever, whatever. But like, very little of it applied there. I didn't see great hands. I didn't see a ton of hustle. I didn't see any run blocking. I didn't see a guy that like. I saw a guy that like felt like he was a good receiver, and therefore didn't do the little things necessary to be like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp smashes people on blocks. He bashes people's faces in. He was a guy 6'3", drafted in the 6th round, just hustled his way. Like that's a guy that worked on the subtleties of the game. Like Edelman never dropped anything. Like he took shots over the middle. He grinded, but he was 5'9". Welker, you know, I mean, I keep going down the tropes of white receivers, but like those ones that make it, those are hustle dudes. Like he didn't feel like that. But yeah, I wouldn't draft him. I see no interest. I have no interest in drafting a 6'5" receiver that is basically like a worse version of like Isaiah Likely. He's going to be like a mini tight end slash slot receiver over the middle that can't block. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out our boy Quentin Johnson. I'm really looking forward to Quentin Johnson. By the way, we're going to have a ton of time left over. So go ahead and start floating some ideas for any more names. If there's another receiver we want to look at, I'm more than happy to go into a fourth player because I've been super disappointed by the first two. Not much here, but like just for a second, look at the suddenness. Look at how quickly his feet move. Like, okay. Just give me another name then. I'll put them up in a little bit after this because I'm gonna have plenty of time and I want to go to 5 or I want to go to 4. Is there somebody you want to see tape on? This way I put it up. You can watch the VOD later or watch the later on the replay. Okay. I like that he gives his cornerback a shove. Now, the play wasn't going to happen because the cornerback read it well, but that could have been a pick 6. And Marvin Mims Jr. Okay, cool. I'll do Marvin Mims Jr. a little bit later then. Look at this run blocking. Oh my God, is that effort? Am I seeing effort from a wide receiver blocking? Is this? I'm not used to this. Is that what it's supposed to look like when a big wide receiver is blocking? He's actually bullying? He's not crazy sudden. But like he gets to a spot. Where is he? Yeah, I don't see this as being like his best use. These wide receiver screens. For one, he gets a lot of attention at the line of scrimmage. For two, he's not that sudden. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. He's in the big slot. This is basically the same position that Jake Bobo played the whole game, both games that we watched him in. Not much subtlety. That's fair. But he takes the contact, just keeps going. Cornerback falls down, tracks the ball well. Good throw by Duggan. Makes the last man miss. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't know what he's going to run at the combine. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But he's not slow. What happened here? Just the Red Sea parted. Big slot again. Same position he busted loose. Alright, not great. Sorry I'm quiet right now. Like, I'm going to be honest, there's not much here. Receiver tape is often, like, they're not involved in most plays. But in TCU, like, I don't even know. Like, right there, stays upright, tries to break a tackle. It's very high-waisted. It's not a sudden or explosive athlete. Powerful, though. Big. Decent blocker when he tries. But, like, I haven't seen him engage or have to engage to block. Like, right here, he's the only receiver out there. I'm hoping that they're going to make him do something contested, Let him use his size, do something here. All right, so last year, and I didn't see Georgia do it a ton. They did it a little bit with Pickens, but like last year, the Steelers did it with Pickens a bunch of times, right? And Pickens just as a ball. Oh my God, did he drop that? Is that what happened? He dribbled the ball on the ground? Miscommunication between the quarterback or the timing or whatever, because they snapped the ball into his belly. He picks it up, but like Pickens did this a bunch of times last year. Had two or three rushing touchdowns last year, off of basically this exact same play. I don't see the suddenness or the explosiveness of Pickens. Certainly not the route running, and Pickens was a second-round pick last year. He's not a good ball runner. Where's his hands? Let me see this play again. Okay, there's some subtlety to the route running. He beat his man off the line, and I think he was expecting a deep ball there, and Duggan just went short and missed. It's very quiet over that one. There's not much there to say about that first game. Just quiet. I had that one busted coverage over the middle. The cornerback fell down. Took that one to the house. That's about it to get excited about. Right here. Nice. Just a quick little dagger concept. Get him into the game. No, not even. Kind of a dagger concept. Usually this receiver takes this one deeper, but more of like levels than dagger, I guess. With the running back taking the short, deep out, middle over, or middle out. Not bad. Not bad. Catch it with a body, but fine. Quarterback takes off. He screens his man, that's fine. Catches a shallow, makes a man miss, gets vertical. Something to like. Let's take a look at this cross. Yeah. Just a shallow cross. Makes a man miss, picks up some extra yards. Shows a great feeling for the zones here. A really great feeling for zones here. Like, just this little, and then he's looking for space. Right between here, and now he's looking for this soft space between where this linebacker is or where the safety is. He knows where he's going to have space. Nice. Absorbs the contact. Very nice. Does show awareness of the space and zones. Good awareness of the zone still. This Kansas tape is good. This Kansas tape is really good. This Kansas tape is really good. He doesn't even put up a fight there. That was some physicality on that block. Okay. I mean, he sprung his dude. He sprung his dude on that. That was a nice catch. Not him, but nice catch. Huh. That was an exceptional catch. Triple stack. Like, when I look at this, like, this is another one of those plays where if you're a receiver and you have the opportunity to lay a really nasty block on an unsuspecting overall, sorry, I've been super quiet here. He's not good against man right now. He doesn't seem to separate very well against man. He's extremely... he's very comfortable finding space in zones. He doesn't catch the ball away from his body really well. He doesn't do well with people in his personal space while he's trying to catch the ball. Over the shoulder catches, like when he's taking the top off, he's not bad. He is a body catcher though. He prefers to catch the ball close to his body rather than away from his frame right now, at least. Good against zone, has a really natural sense of like where he needs to get to, the space that he needs to get to. In zone, I would have him probably in a real draft like a second round-ish grade is what I was thinking. But overall, he's the best receiver I've watched today, if I'm honest. But yeah, he's not very good against man at all. He's not very comfortable in press. Blocking is a bit of a chore. I would like to see him... I would love to see him kill a defender here. Or at least do more than that. And believe it or not, that's still the best blocking I've seen today out of a receiver. So I think he's worth a first rounder. I'd be more comfortable taking him in the second, but like he's going in the first this year because this class sucks. Are my thoughts. I know. It's this class. I don't think he's protected top 5. I think he's protected in the top 15. And he might be the best receiver in the class. I've looked at Jordan Addison, though, and when I get into Jordan Addison, I was more impressed. Jackson Smith and Jiba is a slut. But yeah. That's my thoughts. I'm going to finish this up, and then I will do Marvin Mims for you after this. And it'll be ready for you to watch later. I just want him to do more there. Anyway, catch you later, Andrew. I mean, the busted coverage. Again in zone, and he looks good. Like, he gets space in zone. He's very good at finding space in zones, which is what you want to see out of a big receiver. Catches the ball over his shoulder well. It's good. Good block. Good block. Ooh. He's got long speed. This is a subtle move. Looks like he's going to turn. No. Good move. Good move. That's Quentin Johnson. Um, all in all, he's a good prospect. He's the best receiver that I watched today by far. But if I'm being honest, he's worse than every single receiver that was taken last year in the first and top of the... Maybe not every single receiver. Let me take that back. I would put him over Treylon Burks from last year, but Treylon Burks I felt was overdrafted. He's worse than Drake London. He's worse than Garrett Wilson. He's worse than Chris Olave. Worse than George Pickens. Worse than Alec Pierce. Slower than Christian Watson. Probably ahead of Sky Moore. But like all of that says that to me, last year he would have been at top of the second round, back of the first round-ish wide receiver. And this year he's considered the number 1 or number 2, depending on who you ask. Or number 3 even. But like a solid top 10, 15 pick. Blocking is a chore for him, but he does his chores. He eats his vegetables. Catches the ball well over his shoulders, but he is still a body catcher. He can develop his hands a lot. He's got a lot of room for growth physically. He'll make a man miss. He's got that nice hesitation move. He's got a really sick spin move off of a comeback. He finds space in zones really well. But there are enough holes in his game. Still, he's young, though. At 21, he can develop. He's a good player. He's a very good player. By far the best receiver that I watched today. I got a request to go ahead and do Marvin Mims. So if you give me a couple of minutes, I'm going to put my starting soon back up, and then I'll come back with Marvin Mims. All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and do 2 games of Marvin Mims. First one is going to be from 2021. Second one's going to be from 2022 this year. Ha! First thing to notice, little guy's trying to block. Nice outbreaking route. Good space. Quick. Whoa! He got wide open on that. Gotta watch that again. Yeah, just a busted coverage. Good job tracking the ball. Makes the catch. Through the contact. I like that. Marvin Mims knows where to go in space. If that gets hit. Let's look at that again. I would have loved to see him bring this one in. Yeah, I would have loved to see him bring this one in. Good attempt, though. Whoa. Great job getting leverage. Terrible throw. He gets the flag, though. Let's look at this route again. He did this route a little while ago. Great job. Just getting good leverage. Good subtlety on the route. I like that he sails to the outside and cuts back in. This is already significantly more effort than Jaylin Hyatt put on his tape. It's not as fast, but there's some subtlety to it. I mean, there's effort on blocking. He's a tiny little slut, but at least he's trying. He's not going to be a powerful blocker by any means, but he's trying. He's really good at doing that. He drew 2 PIs. 2 huge PIs already. Just by getting good leverage on the slot corner. Just by getting leverage. Sells a little bit to the outside, just comes back in, gets the space. Hendon Hooker puts that in front of him, probably. Here's your boy, 20 yards down the field, still holding his block. Holding his block. Here your boy is down at the bottom. He's looking for a dude to block. He holds his block. All right. Um, First viewing, at least from last year, has some deception and some subtlety in his route running. Does not run every route at the same speed, which is excellent. He does a nice job setting up the corners when he's going to take off. He doesn't always take off at the same speed. He changes speeds. He blocks. He actually tries to hold on to his blocks. Even, 20 yards down the field when his quarterback's running behind him. He shows some effort there. He's going to be a slot guy at the next level. He's only going to be a slot guy, but, 32 teams in the NFL use slots. You get yours for $800,000 instead of having to pay Jamison Crowder or something for $10 million, or Braxton Berrios for $7 million. You got something. Like, watch this. First thing, he knows what this play is going to be. He's trying to engage this cornerback and block him out of the play. Give his man a chance to make one man miss. Bad throw by the quarterback, whatever. He's trying. That was effort, just, he's not going to get you a lot. Not a great block, but he tried. Nice. Again, he's blocking for his quarterback. This cornerback is so much bigger than him. This cornerback is so much bigger than him. He should be getting ragdolled right now, but he's not. He blocks him out of the play. He should have been ragdolled, but he wasn't. Here he is in the backfield. Yeah. I think I saw this play the other day when I was looking at Anton Harrison. Again, what's he do? Steps in, blocks down on him, puts his hands on him at least. Quarterback makes a terrible decision. Not much to see on that tape. Texas beat the holy crap out of Oklahoma. Effort, at least. All right, I've been in a stream early today. Let's call it a day. Tomorrow's going to be a long day with 3 quarterbacks.